What is up, our national Western shooters and members and viewers? This is the Scott Casey Gale, Scooter State Road, the owner and chairman of the National Western Shooters. And today, I'm going to give you my Impact Wrestling review. It was a great episode of Impact Wrestling. There's so much to talk about. There's so much to talk about in this episode. Okay, let's begin with the review, shall we? The commentators for the show were Josh Matthews and the returning Don Callis. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, Don Callis is back at commentary. The first match was OVE with Sammy Callahan versus Aerostar and Drago. OVE with control early on when Drago was tossed out of the ring. Sammy nailed him, and when the ref wasn't looking. We see a shot of the backstage of Eddie Edwards arriving with a kendo stick. His wife Aisha has followed him, yelling at him to stop. He's soon in the ring, taking the candlestick to Dave Chris, and then to Sammy Callahan. He's trying to choke out Callahan with the candlestick. The officials try to get him off Sammy, but they can't. Aisha is at ringside shouting, "It's over." Callahan has passed out as a slew of security holds Eddie back. OVE win, OVE wins by DQ, but there's no official show call on that. Eddie Eddie looks to be leaving the ring, but he uses the candlestick on security instead. Lucky Callahan has been removed by the refs. Decent match to start the show, but I'm really liking what they're doing with Sammy Callahan. I'm really liking what they're doing with Sammy Callahan and Eddie Edwards. Apparently, the feud is not over yet. The feud is not. The feud is not over yet. The feud is still continuing and continuing and continuing. And I like this. I like what they're going with this. I really like what they're doing with this. This episode. This episode has really been this field has really been amazing. I enjoyed this field through and through. But great field. This is like really fun. And then backstage, Aisha upset, asking Eddie what is wrong with him. She tells him, "You're acting just like him." Edward says he's nothing like Callum. He says last week's street fight wasn't enough. He needs to finish him. It's not over till he says it's over. Like I said, I really enjoy this field. I like where they're going with this, and I wonder how when the Sammy Cut and Eddie Edwards field will end. I'm thinking it will end at possibly Slammiversary. And then LAX versus the Cult Elite starts up a brawl outside the ring. Cult Elite they seem more in control, actually pulling each other. Some gloating in the ring. The fight ends up out. Starts up a brawl outside the ring. Cult Elite seems more in control, actually pulling control. At the gloating in the ring, the fight ends up outside again. This is LAX in charge. Lee and Conley dominate much of the match. LAX was able to take back control and look to have things going well. However, when they were going for double team on Conley, Santana hits the ropes and Lee trips him. The Bancator bowled up Santana for a handful of times for the 1-2-3. Conley defeated LAX. Good match. I thought this is a really, really good match. I enjoyed it. And then Jimmy Jacobs and Congo Conga interrupted by Mackenzie Mitchell backstage. Jacobs retaliates. He's taken point that he's not a bad guy. He's a good guy, but Moose is a bad guy. Last week they were trying to right and wrong when Gator kills Congo for something he didn't do. When Moose put a stop to that, and tonight he wants to see Kong break into a million pieces. Backstage came his pep talking in Father Ball when they come upon Grado and Katrina came says it's a fattest like if a fattest like Grado can get a go like that. Imagine what Fowler can do. He asks how a go can even get Grado, and Katrina says she's a bit of a chubby chase at first. Grado is offended, but she talks herself out of it. This is kind of funny what they're doing with Cam and Bob. This is weird, but it's funny. It's funny. It's for comic relief, pretty much. And then and then Madison Wayne interviewed backstage. She's explained the actions from last week when she's interviewed by Tessa Blanchard for getting in a business. Hmm. Apparently, then they are gonna have they are gonna have a match next week on Impact Wrestling, which I am looking forward to. Then Z and E are interviewed backstage by Mitchell. They interviewed by Scott Steiner. Eli J. Steiner is pissed telling the champs that he and Drake beat themselves. Drake tries to calm the big man down, and Steiner blames him for the loss. They start yelling at each other. And then we have El Hijo de Fantasia versus Matt Sydal for the X Division title. Towards the end of the match, with an overall back and forth affair, Fantasia rolled out of the way of a shooting star first. Matt landed on his feet, but seemed to tweak his knee. Fantasia immediately went into deathlock with the work further. However, how However, the Fantasia had Saito's shoulders. Matt stepped down and put him with his legs and turned into a rope footer when Saito defeated Fantasia to retain the X Division title. I thought this was a good match. I thought this was a really good match. I like Matt Saito as the X Division title defender. This is really good. Fantasia's pretty good too. And then Santana and Ortiz are back in the clubhouse, pissed. Eddie Kingston was Santini's are back in the. I'm pissed. Eddie Kingston rolls in and tells him that Conan got jumped, but he's safe right now. Homicide is with Conan at the safe spot. He then addresses the losing streak and tells him to step up. Then we get a video package for next week. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then I wonder where they're gonna go with Conan. I like what they're doing with the LX. I like it. It's different without the original two members, but I still like it. And a video package preparing the title match for next Austin Aries cuts an interview, making it to the point of Pentagon never beat him once. And then we have Desmond Xavier versus Petey Williams. The winner of the match will face Brian Cage for next week. Petey tries to hit the Canadian Destroyer early on, and Desmond rolls himself out of the ring. This is a very good back and forth match when Xavier wins for flip kick to the head of Petey. Xavier defeated PBI. I thought this was a really good back and forth match, and I really enjoyed this. And then we get a pretty cheap video package of Allie preparing for a match in front of the minus. She's wearing her own demon makeup. She picks up a cross, and we see written on red, and we see written red on the man being, and don't let the doctors consume you up. I like this. This is very creepy. I like what they're doing with Allie. I like how they're making her being possessed. I think this is really cool. Like I said, Don Callis and Scott Demoy have been doing a phenomenal job of Impact Wrestling as of late, ever since they took over. Then we have Moose versus Congo Kong. Jimmy Jacobs did not walk over Congo Kong. Congo Kong starts up Moose at the advantage, but after Kong knocks him down, and he keeps back up. However, without his offense, he can't Congo off his feet. The fight spills outside. Congo tosses Moose into the ring ropes. He looks around for a bit, possibly looking to Jacobs for instruction. That Jacobs isn't there. He then cannibals himself into the Moose. Congo Kong looks willing to take Kong from the speed just speed to that nine. The monster is still able to hold control of the match. However, eventually becomes a back and forth match. Congo misses a top rope splash. Moose hits the bicycle kick and then a slam and then a spear. 1, 2, 3. Moose defeats Kong. Good main event. Really good main event. I like Moose. I hope he becomes the next Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion because in my opinion he deserves it. Long overdue and Moose needs to get a title shot and Moose needs to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. As the show is fading out, we get the symbol of the attacker, and the video shows that the laid out Jimmy Jacobs and left this counting. Who is this mystery attacker? Who is this mystery attacker? I like what they're doing with this. I wonder who he's gonna be because I really like what Impact Wrestling is doing. I like how he's leaving these mysterious attacks backstage. So yeah, I would give this Impact Wrestling an 8 out of 9, 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, and 8 triple plus. Impact Wrestling under the Don Callis and Scott Demoy regime just keeps getting better and better and better. Anyway, comment down below in the comment section. Tell me what you thought about this Impact Wrestling and what do you think is gonna happen in the remaining episodes. Anyway, you know who to subscribe. You stay classy, live long and prosper, and peace out.